Get into the action all summer long. Listen to that. Summer.
Woo!
The season's over. The NHL season's over. The NBA season's over. But there's still lots happening at Sports Interaction, including we got the draft coming up. We got free agency coming up for both of those sports, plus tennis, golf, whatever it is you're into, baseball, all happening right now at sportsinteraction.com/SDPN.
You can bet on those things. You can bet on free agency and draft.
Exactly. And we're going to actually throw a bunch of props up in the Dangle's Doozy section as well. And remember, everything's you can do before games, live and play all summer long. Head to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN or download the app to get started. It's 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Steve, I know you're dying to talk about Blake Wheeler.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But I think this conversation should go ahead of Blake Wheeler.
Sure.
Only because I think it affects Blake Wheeler.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what we know. Chris Johnson of SDPN says it's believed that the 2023-2024 salary cap ceiling will be set at $83.5 million, which is an indication that the NHL and NHLPA will not increase the $1 million called for, more than the $1 million called for in their collective bargaining agreement.
Wait, so it's going to be set at 83.5?
Right.
But it's already set at 83.5.
No, I think.
Yeah,
it'll
so
go up
they could have accelerated it, but the NHL was trying to negotiate and get something out of it from the PA, and the PA said no.
So it's going to be set at 84.5.
No, 83.5 because it was 82.5 last year.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it was 83.5 last year. Oh, I guess
82.5.
Cap Friendly already made the change then.
They did. They did.
Okay.
Oh, it's that tricky time of year.
Yeah, they did make that change. Now,
It's
Okay, that makes more sense.
cap friendly in June is like having to write the date in January. You're going to fuck it up every time.
Tic Tac Tomar made a really interesting point. The salary cap hasn't seen an increase of more than $2 million in a single season since 2016. The salary cap in 2016. Now, 2016 may not feel like a long time ago, but that is 8 years ago at the end of this next season. 7 years ago right now.
It was the year Matthews was drafted.
It was $73 million back then. It then jumped to 75 and then had a huge jump, a 6% jump to $79.5 million.
Whoa.
Right?
League's out of control.
But then you have the next year, it goes up 2.5% to 81.5 and stays there for 3 straight years because of COVID. Then the last 2 years, 82.5, 83.5.
You want a comparison? The NBA salary cap since 2016. In 2016, it was set at $94 million. 2017, $99. That's a 5% jump. 2018, $101. That's a 2% jump. 2019, a 7% jump to $109. 2020, it stayed flat. 21, $112. 2022, $123. 2023, $134. So from 2016 to 2023, the NBA salary cap has gone from $94 million to $134 million.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of percentage.
that sucks. That's big.
Now, there is no choice next year, barring a worldwide life-changing event like COVID.
Can you keep your voice down, man?
There is no option but for the cap to go up quite a lot.
I was
And
trying to look for salary.
Yeah, I was like,
before
what are
the
you
04
not paying?
Before
Yeah,
the 0405 lock.
And how are you not wowed by the fact that that the salary cap went up like $50 million over 5 years in the NBA? It's crazy.
Well, I'm not wowed by it because it's a league.
Right. So
Good for them for being a league.
now this is going to make
An
things
association, sorry.
a pain in the butt for a lot of teams looking for extensions. When you talk about Austin Matthews, how do you even begin to negotiate that salary? That next extension, because now it's only 83.5 right now. We know there's going to be a jump next year. We just don't know how much. We don't even know how much money the Players Association actually owes the league.
Now,
We've only done the counting till I believe the end of 2020, which means 2021 and 2022 in terms of paying the league back by the players have yet to even been calculated.
Adam, what do we know about this free agent class?
It's not great.
It sucks. Forget not great. It sucks. Dmitry Orlov is probably the best player available.
He's going to make a boatload of cash.
That's insane. And Barbashev is potentially going to get Nichushkin money, which I love Barbashev, but we were not discussing that a few months ago. Agents aren't stupid. I think this is by design, man. Very few of the star players are available. And I certainly understand from a team perspective why you'd want to negotiate a deal now for a player who's up in a year, like Matthews, like Timo Meier, etc. Or Timo Meier's a different situation. Why would you negotiate a long-term deal now? Why? There's no point.
There is
and listen, I know that goes against what I've said for Matthews. I am selfishly hoping he signs 8 years league min. Okay, there's a hard cap. I want my team to win.
Yep.
I know that's not going to happen. So, I mean, if a player signs 6, 7, 8 years, you're going to have to probably grossly overpay them. But you're gonna be. What did Dave Nona say, or was it Jim Benning, or
which of the bad GMs said
Mark Bergevin? I'm trying to remember.
Oh man, what a trifecta!
I know they don't care about years 5, 6, and 7 of the deal. I don't remember if that was Josh Anderson or David Clarkson or
Louis Erickson or
whichever one of those contracts.
OEL or Nona said that, by the way.
Okay. So teams are thinking very short term these days. There's less of tomorrow than there used to be. I've said that a million times. So why sign an 8-year deal with someone that is going to be grossly bloated for the next 2 years? And it's going to help you down the line. You might not even be the GM down the line. What do you give a shit? I think there's going to be a lot of frustrating short-term deals.
With the way the salary cap's going, it's not even going to increase that much where we're going to see giant jumps in salaries either.
4 or 5 million.
Yeah, it's like Cap Friendly has a projection on the 4% and the 5% cap raises that are expected in the next 2 years, and it only bring it up to 92 million in 2026, which is a significant amount of money considering we're at 83.5 right now. But it's not that Austin Matthews could go from making 14 to 20,
it's probably 14 to 15 and a half.
Yeah. So we're talking about that range. And I don't know, the revenues in the NHL and the way they're distributing it to the players is just so disappointing, because you'd want these numbers just to be there now and for the salaries to be there. So there isn't so much just waiting by these GMs and the players and finagling their deals according to the salary and according to the salary cap, and instead just signing now because you have cost certainty in the future and that you might not get screwed against the salary cap later. I wish there was just some hey, this is the plan, so that players can just commit to teams or commit to free agency, so that we're not waffling these players' careers based on just revenue models.
Right.
This is a pretty decent summer to get bought out. And there are
why do you say that? That's what?
Well, there are candidates, right? So OEL is already one of them. Mm-hmm. Blake Wheeler may become one.
So tell us what you know about Blake Wheeler.
Matt Murray may become one. No, let me.
Sorry.
So first of all, you're getting paid not to play.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, even though you were grossly overpaid, it doesn't mean you're not an NHL player. Mm-hmm. You could make that argument for Matt Murray that maybe he's cooked. Blake Wheeler's got hockey in him. He just shouldn't be making 8.25. Oliver Ekman-Larsson has hockey in him. You just shouldn't be making over $8 million. Because this free agent class stinks. You're going to hit the free agent market and immediately at least enter middle of the pack, if not upper middle. And you'll be able to make, when you're a UFA, you make too much money. You overpay for UFAs. That's how it works.